everything you need: your tumbler, some scissors, glue, glue stick, E6000, water, gloves, paint, it's another paint, puffy glue, a tray of some sort, paint brushes, and some cardstock, brown cardstock. This here is polymer clay, so you'll need that as well. And let's get started here. I'm getting ready to cut the cardstock, and you just cut it into wavy lines, your preference. After the cutting process, then what you do is you take your tumbler, wrap it around, make sure it's to your liking. Also take the lid off so you can make sure that you leave some space in between the lid so it can close. Gather all your pieces and get your glue stick and glue them together. And there you have it, all three pieces glued together, and it's starting to look like melted chocolate, just like what we want. So the next step would be grab your gloves, as you can see I'm doing now, and we're going to glue the paper onto the tumbler. Take a look and see how I do it. So you will have some bunching on your paper because see right there. All you do is take your scissors, smaller pair of scissors, cut and glue it right back down, pinch it together, so you know, smash it. And it's okay to have a little bit of texture on the paper because it gives it more of a illusion of that it's actually melted chocolate. Smooth it down everywhere you can, anything that's bunching up or it's lifting, and then do another coat on the top so you can start sealing the paper down to the cup. The next step with the cardstock would be take the end of your paintbrush and start pushing up the chocolate, or no, I want to say chocolate, the paper up so it starts to get more like a round look instead of it just being flat on the cup. Along the way, you'll come across some things like this, so all you do is just flatten it down with your paintbrush and proceed. So here, take a look at that. It's pushed up. I'm just going to take my fingers and kind of smooth it out. Also, make sure that you keep enough glue on the paper while you're doing these type of things with your fingers, because it will start to dry and stick to the to your fingers, and you don't want the paper coming off. So now I want to take my fingers again and go through all the lines, like where the cuts are, because there's 3 different sizes of paper, and also where it closed when I wrapped it around and the ends met the other end. I want to kind of seal that and take away those lines so you don't see it. So that's what I'm doing here. This will be my last and final coat. There step will be the charms I'm going to be using. I made all the fruit, the ice cream, and the candy by resin, and the other ones I purchased, I'm going to be using fingernail polish and also whiteout. So take a look on how I do it. Here you are, the resin charms are all done, and take a look and see how they all turned out. I used the whiteout on the cupcake for the ice cream because it gives more of a chunky look to me, like ice cream. Alright, the cup is ready, it's dry. I do have a fan sitting in front of me, so that's where it was sitting the whole time. And yeah, I am happy with this. It is perfect actually for me to move on to the next step. It's a little bit of glue that didn't dry all the way, but things like that you can kind of just pick at them, and or if you just want to wait for it to dry, you can do that as well. But the majority of the cup is dry already, so that's just a small little portion. I can pick at that so I can move on. But yeah, I'm just checking to make sure that I don't have any like air pockets or anything that I might need to cut and go back and glue. So yes, I'm pleased with that. And there it is, a whole little 360 on what it's looking like so far. This is fingernail polish, fast dry clear. I'm just going to seal in the paint and the fingernail polish on the resin charms. Now it's time to paint. We're going to take this brown paint and paint over that cardstock. Cup is done, painted. Here it is, covered up all that glue and those little sticky looking spots, covered all that up. I'm sitting in front of the fan and move on to the lid. I'm gonna take the white fingernail polish and go and gloss up that ice cream on that cupcake. After your lid is clean, go on ahead and start placing your charms where you like them on your lid using E6000. Next step would be take your puff paint and, well, you need your gloves. Get your gloves on and then grab your puff paint and go around the top of the chocolate in between the plastic, yep, just like that, and create an illusion of frosting. Moving on to the polymer clay, we're going to create some embellishments on this cup so it doesn't look so bland. Some jimmies, some candy, whatever you prefer to call it, but that's what we're about to make with this polymer clay. So I'm just going to take some little pieces and stick them on the cup. Technically with polymer clay, you're supposed to put it in the oven and harden it up first. But in this case, I'm not going to do that. So as the video goes on, you'll see how I actually seal this thing up and make them hard. Is the finished look after applying the embellishments. They turned out pretty nice. I'm pleased with that. So next I'm going to take this Mod Podge Extra Shine and I'm going to apply it to the cup. Normally I would use dishwasher safe, but in this case I'm not, because I'm going to also be applying some epoxy to this cup as well. So yes, the reason why I'm using the Mod Podge is because remember I said the polymer clay needs to be baked first so it has a hard feel. Well, in this case we didn't do that, so I'm going to take the Mod Podge and apply it to the cup so it seals it in and it takes away that stickiness from the polymer clay, being that I didn't bake it. So stay tuned. After the Mod Podge dries, it's all shiny and it's ready for my next step. Now if I were using dishwasher safe Mod Podge, maybe 3 or 4 coats, I wouldn't even need the resin. So that's just a little tip. So I'm gonna mix my resin, two-part resin or epoxy, using my measuring cups as you can see, and I'm gonna mix these very well and I'm gonna apply it to the cup. The complete finished look after 24 hours of curing time, and yes, I love it. It's all nice and shiny, ready to be filled with something cool to drink. Thank you for watching. Stay tuned to my next video and subscribe. Thank you.